Nigel Farage has launched a scathing attack on Sir Keir Starmer and the police, accusing them of orchestrating a gigantic cover-up in relation to the Southport murders. He claims that there was a deliberate attempt to obscure the terrorist affiliations of Axel Rudakubana, who recently pleaded guilty to the heinous crime of murdering 3 young girls and an additional terrorist offence. Farage's outrage centres on what he describes as the government's abominable conduct from the very beginning of the case, particularly highlighting his inability to raise pertinent questions in Parliament about Rudakubana's past, including his history with law enforcement. According to Farage, he was informed shortly after the tragic events that Rudakubana had a troubling history, having been expelled from school at the age of 13 for carrying a knife. This revelation fueled his suspicion of a terrorist motive behind the murders. He argued that the public's reaction, which manifested in riots, was not a direct result of the murders, but rather the government's decision to withhold critical information about Rudakubana's background and potential terrorist connections. Farage drew a comparison with the transparency shown during the London Bridge attacks, where the public was informed about the suspect's known connections to authorities without resulting in public disorder. He stressed the importance of governmental transparency in such cases to mitigate the spread of misinformation and to quell public unrest. In his view, had the government been open about Rudakubana's past, including his school expulsion and any prior interactions with law enforcement, the public might have reacted differently. Furthermore, Farage criticised the broader implications of Sir Keir Starmer's policies on online speech, suggesting that these have fostered a culture of fear, where individuals with knowledge of the truth are hesitant to speak out publicly. He called for a change in approach, urging the government to be more forthcoming in future incidents to prevent the kind of speculative frenzy that ensued following the Southport stabbings, which he believes was exacerbated by the lack of official information.